Attack at Boulder's Pearl Street Mall in Colorado burned several people, and we have a suspect in custody. Funny thing about this suspect, even though this is not funny at all, this is no laughing matter. It was a deranged attack, but MSNBC is calling this suspect a white male. So we're going to find out if this suspect is in fact a white male. But the long and short of it is a individual threw Molotov cocktails into a march for Israeli hostages, burning several people. Multiple people at Boulder's Pearl Street Mall in Colorado were burned when they were attacked by a man during a march for Israeli hostages, according to police. Authorities said the violent incident happened at 1:26 p.m. at 13th Street and Pearl Street. Police asked everyone to avoid the area while first responders worked the scene. So we have kind of a blocked off area here in the red. This is the area that the police blocked off. Boulder police said officers are evacuating the 1200, 1300, and 1400 blocks of Pearl Street between Walnut and Pine as they investigate what happened. Please avoid this area, the department tweeted. Video of the scene, and I have seen this video. I can't play it on YouTube due to terms of service, but I do have other video of the actual suspect holding the Molotov cocktails. There's nothing violent shown in the videos, other than the fact that he is kind of yelling. So I will show that video. But video of the scene shows what appears to be a burn scar in front of the old courthouse and a person being taken away on a stretcher's. Photo from a viewer show the man suspected of the attack being taken into custody by police. According to law enforcement sources, at least 5 people suffered burn injuries. USC Health confirmed that the 2 victims were flown by helicopter to its burn unit. In a press conference at 4 p.m., police said the scene is not yet safe, and they have a vehicle of interest. That's interesting. A vehicle of interest? Authorities said a suspect has been taken into custody. Witnesses at the scene told CBS Colorado that the suspect attacked people with Molotov cocktails who were participating in a walk to remember the Israeli hostages who remain in Gaza. Kash Patel and the FBI director, Deputy Director Dan Bongino, described the incident as a terrorist attack. The FBI agents are at the scene. Boulder, Colorado police said the attack is under investigation and are working to determine if that is the case. And also we have Governor Jared Polis posting on X saying that he is closely monitoring the situation. This is the Boulder Police Chief Stephen Redfern talking about the attack. He says there were multiple victims who had injuries consistent with burns and other injuries. Take a look.
As Dion said, my name is Stephen Redfern. I serve as the police chief here in Boulder, Colorado. Today I'm here to give you very preliminary information about an attack that occurred here in downtown Boulder at about 1:26 p.m. today. At that time, Boulder dispatch received several calls to the county courthouse located at 1325 Pearl Street here in Boulder. The initial callers indicated that there was a man with a weapon and that people were being set on fire. The initial response by our officers, we were on scene very quickly. When we arrived, we encountered multiple victims that were injured with injuries consistent with burns and other injuries. While our officers and paramedics and fire department personnel got those victims quickly to the hospital, our officers were pointed out, a suspect was pointed out to our officers on the scene. Our officers immediately encountered that suspect who was taken into custody without incident. That suspect, who I'm not able to ID at this time, was taken to the hospital with some minor injuries as well. And there's a lot more we're investigating right now before I'm able to release information on that person.
So we do have a suspect. Very sad situation. I mean, obviously terrifying if you're a part of that march. But we do have a suspect who MSNBC is describing as a white male. Keep in mind, Kash Patel and Dan Bongino are treating this as a terrorist attack. This is what was played on MSNBC. They described him as a white male. I guess they said he appears to be a white male. Now, I will say this. The suspect does have lighter skin, but I don't think anyone in their right mind would ever describe this individual as a white male. But this was what MSNBC said about the suspect. Take a look.
As far as the investigation itself, we're still trying to verify and confirm some video, but it appears to show a significant portion of the incident as it happened. There's an individual that's taken into custody. He's a white male. Whether or not that's the person that police ultimately arrested and will ultimately charge in this crime, a bit of a question at this time, but that's just what we've seen so far.
Okay, so I was actually wrong. I said that they said that he appeared to be a white male. The guy just straight out came out and said he's a white male. So this is the individual who they describe as a white male. This was dug up by none other than Laura Loomer. Mohammed Salman, the Muslim man who carried out the Islamic terrorist attack in Colorado today, appears to be an immigrant from Kuwait who recently arrived in the United States under Joe Biden's open border policies 2 years ago. He has been arrested. A professional profile for a man who has his same name and looks just like him says he works in finance, meaning she can't verify this is the exact person, but it's the same name, looks just like the guy. Digital marketing and international financial reporting. He also appears to have at least one daughter who is studying in the United States and Colorado. He speaks English and Arabic, and these are the profiles that she dug up on Mohammed Salman. So we got the first one. Mohammed Salman is a seasoned professional with expertise in management, accounting, digital marketing, boasting fluency in Arabic and English with a strong educational background and extensive experience in the United States. And then his credentials right here. But this is some of the video that is being circulated around the internet of this individual. I will play this first one. I can't play the other one because it does depict some injuries, which would probably go against the TOS. But this is apparently this individual that Laura Loomer identified as Mohammed Salman. It might be someone different, but high possibility, high likelihood that this is the guy. As you can see, he has 2 bottles in his hand. I don't exactly know what are in those bottles, but other people have said those are actually Molotov cocktails, and he does seem to be losing his mind here. If you hear, he's yelling. Very chaotic scene.
We can't do nothing.
We can!
Not here!
You have to answer us!
Not here, bro!
You're not!
I'm taking video right now.
So that is the scene. I'm going to fast forward here.
Spraying alcohol.
Spraying alcohol, but with the tickets, he made it look like he was here.
He's making Molotov cocktails.
And for us!
Well, we can't do it when he's got Molotov cocktails in there.
So right there, I believe, is the burn mark that they were talking about in that article. So very scary situation here. It looks like some guy just absolutely lost it during this Israeli march for their hostages. Also, we have a eyewitness here who was there. He witnessed the attack, and he talks about how Boulder has changed. He said it's dirtier, it's not safe as it used to be. And I'm like, yeah, I could probably 100% agree with you. These are the consequences of leftism, of liberalism. You know, being okay with everything that goes on in your town sometimes it's just not okay. You know, there's a reason why we have laws. When you just allow anything goes, when you just allow people to do drugs on the streets and you become lax on criminals, there are going to be consequences for those actions. But this is the Colorado resident who witnessed the attack describing kind of how Boulder has changed over the years.
Still exists here, but it's different. Boulder has changed. Pearl Street has changed. And, you know, there's things, I see stuff all the time and I'm like, really? Yeah. You know, now there's like security guards in front of the bathrooms so people don't smoke meth in the bathrooms. Yeah. You know, that's the truth. It's out there. It's dirtier than it used to be. It's not as safe as it used to be, but you don't expect to see it at that level.
Yeah, Andrew's right. What? Go, no, right.
Yeah. You can edit this stuff out. Like, you don't have to talk about meth on.
Yes, God forbid we talk about how drugs is ruining our cities and our towns. God forbid we talk about how these rich, white, elite liberals are allowing our towns and cities to go down the drain while they can retreat into their gated communities. God forbid we talk about this. God forbid we talk about how the common areas are no longer really suitable for any, average person who just wants to have a nice time out on the town. God forbid we talk about that. Yes. And now we have Molotov cocktails being thrown at a march. I mean, really? From someone that ostensibly is a migrant or an illegal migrant coming from the Biden administration. But what do you guys think? Some scary stuff going on. Let me know what you think of this down below in the comments. Like and subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate it. But until then, I'll see you on the next one.